My name is Doug Roth with BB&T, and I have the privilege of presently serving as the chairman of the Greater Richmond Chamber. And I'd like to welcome all of you to the second annual IE Startup Competition. It's great to see such a wonderful crowd out here tonight. But before we begin, I imagine in some way or another, many of you are feeling the effects of the tragedy in Boston, and I would like to take just a moment to have a moment of silence to remember those lost and injured in this tragic event. Thank you. Now, as most of you know, tonight is the final event in the IE Entrepreneurial Trilogy, which is designed to encourage and foster entrepreneurism and innovation right here in RVA. We appreciate your tremendous support in this initiative and all of the events, as well as the corporate support we have received throughout the year. If you've not yet found it, please see the program printed on the back page of the special section of the Richmond Times-Dispatch, circulated to nearly 500,000 people this past Sunday. As most of you know, combining last year and this year, we had over 100 contestants enter the startup competition. This is a tremendous response from our budding entrepreneurial community. I would especially like to thank MWV, our presenting sponsor, who stepped up last year when the trilogy was just an idea. They agreed to serve as the presenting sponsor for the IE Entrepreneurial Trilogy both last year and this year. Let's hear it for MWV. I'd like to introduce Donna Cox, Vice President, Global Communications and Brand for MWV, to say a few words. Donna?
I'd like to add my welcome to Doug's. It's great to be here with you this evening. And MWV has been a strong supporter of this program because we believe in innovation and we believe in Richmond. When we moved our headquarters here several years ago, one of the things that came with us was our Center for Packaging Innovation, which brings big global brands into Richmond, Virginia, to work on their packaging challenges and to work with our engineers and designers here in Richmond. So we're very pleased to be with you this evening. We're excited to see the competition, and we wish everyone the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna and MWV. Now, we'd also like to recognize the sponsor of our exciting $10,000 prize for a second year in a row, the CPA firm of Cherry Bekaert. This is what our finalists are vying for tonight, along with some other amazing prizes. So let's give a round of applause to Jerry Fox, the managing partner of Cherry Bekaert, who will say a few words as well.
Thank you, Doug, and good evening to everyone. You know, last year when we first heard that the Chamber was starting the entrepreneurism initiative, we knew that we wanted to be involved because some of our core values at Cherry Bekaert and Holland are to support new business and new ideas and help startups become more successful. I will tell you as accountants that probably some of the most gratifying work that we're able to do is to work with startups, assist them in growing and prospering, to help them solve their problems, to help them fulfill their objectives and their goals. And then on a selfish note, it's really gratifying to us to know that in some ways we have been part of that success. So it is our sincere pleasure to offer this $10,000 reward tonight to help the winner develop their business. We would like to wish all 14 finalists a very, very best of luck tonight and wish them all the success. Now, I would like for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the competition. Afterwards, I will be back with the check. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry, and thank you to Cherry Bekaert. Next, I'd like to introduce our very own Crystal Neal, the Director of Creativity and Innovation at the Chamber, whose idea to create the IE Entrepreneurial Trilogy makes her an entrepreneur in her own right. She has grown the IE initiative out of nothing in less than 2 years and turned it into the unifying and community-building force that it is today. Crystal will introduce our 8 esteemed judges and will tell us a little more about the other prizes our winners will compete for tonight. Thank you again, Crystal, for all that you do.
I'm excited to introduce our amazing panel of judges. We have a group of highly esteemed, exciting entrepreneurs who have a lot of success in their various arenas in which they've been working. We have venture capitalists and angel investors and just generally wonderful people who I'm lucky to count as friends who are here to support our budding entrepreneurs. And so thank you very much, and I'm excited to introduce Karen Booth Adams. She's the CEO of Technology Holdings. Karen, if you want to come on up, and as I call out your names, just please find a seat where you'd like to sit. We also have Marty Beller, who's the co-founder and CEO of Plan G. We have Tom Benedetti, co-founder of Blue Heron Capital. We have Alejandro Cedeno, who's Vice President of Global Innovation at MWV, and he's also an MWV Operating Council member. We have Moses Foster, founder and sales director of Creativity Development and West Carey Group. We have Satya Rangarajan, managing partner of Enlightened Capital Management. We have Matt Rowe, managing director of New Richmond Ventures, and John Toller, chief operating officer of Evergreen Enterprises. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Let's give them all a big round of applause. And as exciting as the $10,000 prizes that we just heard about with Cherry Beckert and Holland, I do want to take a minute to also explain the other prizes and to thank the people and companies who donated them, because they're amazing in and of themselves. We have New Richmond Ventures has offered again this year to give 6 months of free office space to the winner. And they have a very cool building down in Chaco, which should be very exciting, and they're also going to be offering some mentoring services. We have Imagine Simplicity, an amazing IT firm that has helped me through all of the online public voting this year and last, and they're giving $3,500 worth of IT implementation and strategy services to the winner. And we also have 804 RVA in conjunction with Grid Magazine donating to every one of our 13 finalists 6 months of free co-working space at the 804 RVA co-working environment. And that's just another really great story actually about how entrepreneurs in Richmond give back, because Larkin Garvey, who founded 804 RVA, was actually one of our finalists last year in this competition. And she got so inspired by all the entrepreneurism and excitement going on in Richmond that she went out and became another entrepreneurial endeavor and started 804 RVA and is now giving these co-working sponsorships to everybody who's competing tonight. So we really appreciate and would love to hear a big round of applause for all the rest of our sponsors in addition to Cherry Beckert LLP. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Crystal. Let's give it up to Crystal Neal again for making this all happen. And thank you again to all of our judges for agreeing to serve on the panel this evening. You all have a very delicate task tonight, and I think a very interesting task to select our winner. I'd like to now introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Tom Silvestri. As many of you know, Tom is the president and publisher of the Richmond Times-Dispatch, and we are pleased to have had the benefit of his visionary thinking on both the executive committee and the chamber board for many years. Thank you, Tom, for your guidance and serving as the Master of Ceremonies. Let's let the program begin. Tom?
Okay, Doug. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, good. All right. Ready to go? Okay, I'm your MC. I'm the guy who butchers all the names and helps give away the checks. Okay. What a good-looking group of judges. Look at them. Look, they're all sitting up straight, kind of got their pens out, their water's ready. Okay, you're also kind of looking scary. I'm thrilled to be here. This was a concept that came out of an inner city visit. To see us here in year 2 and seeing the enthusiasm back is just outstanding. There is a difference between year 1 and year 2. Year 1, we had a band, and a band had a drum roll. I'm a little worried, so we're going to take a moment. We're going to practice a little bit. I need you to help me with a drum roll for later on. So, okay. So, just start making some noise. Like a drum roll. Come on. ready now. Get rid of this coat. Suits at an entrepreneurial show. Not very good. Okay. So, in addition to watching who wins the $10,000 award tonight, we invite our audience to participate by selecting tonight's People's Choice Award winner, who this year, for the first time, will receive $2,500. Compliments of First Capital Bank. We know the check won't bounce because it's coming from a bank. So, the question I asked you, have you downloaded the cool cell phone app created by Shaco yet? Okay. If you have not, because there's always somebody, please download it now, following the instructions on the screen behind me. And to explain how to vote on our cell phones during tonight's competition, we welcome back Matt DeLorso of Fun Room, who will give you a brief lesson. Matt, come on out.
So we're almost ready for the startup presentations. I can see them over there. They're an exciting group. But they sent me out here first to talk about money. And that's something entrepreneurs desperately need. So a few years ago, I founded a company called Fundroom, and it's essentially an online marketplace for local communities to follow and invest in innovation. Let's take a look inside. Click again, please. So at Fundroom, we have anyone that can join up, but entrepreneurs are encouraged to create a company profile that lists out and details all of the information that a prospective investor would like to see. So all of the presenting companies tonight have created a profile on Fundroom that you can follow them at by going to fundroom.com/IE and follow up with all of our participants. But more importantly, we took those company profiles and sent all the information to the judges so that they can best award that $10,000 prize. What you're seeing on the previous screen was if an investor in the community wanted to log into Fundroom and see all of the active companies raising money. Click. Now, one of those companies is actually a fund called Seed RVA that's looking to pool capital from the Richmond community to invest in these startups. If someone were to come to our site, they could actually invest in Seed RVA by clicking on that button and then going through a very simplified transactional system to secure their investment. We've helped over 5 companies secure almost $5 million from the local community last year. And now you guys have a chance to help invest in the local community by awarding the $2,500 prize from First Capital Bank. So everyone, if you have your smartphones, please take them out. And if you haven't already, once again, you're going to go to shaco.com/IE. And if you're on Android, you're going to click on the Android application. If you're on an iPhone, the iOS application, and web, there's also a button for the web. Download that app, listen to all these startup companies present, give them feedback, and vote for your favorite, and you determine who wins that $2,500. So without further ado, let's get to some company presentations. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. You don't know how lucky you are. It's probably the first time at center stage you haven't been thrown out for taking out your smartphone. So congratulations on that. So now here to start the round off of finalists. And here's how the evening will work. And I'm going to have to read this because there's certain rules to follow. Each finalist team will have 90 seconds to present. Then one of our esteemed judges will ask the team a question, and the team will have just 30 seconds to respond. Now, we know a 90-second presentation followed by a 30-second answer doesn't sound like a lot of time, but please know that we're running a tight show tonight, so all of us here won't be here until midnight, and so we can go to the party afterwards, so there is no ulterior motive. Also know that our judges have been studying the financial projections and business plans behind the scenes and already know a whole lot more about these finalist businesses than we will see presented tonight. Judges, raise your right hand and tell me that's the truth. It's the truth. Moses, I'm worried about you. You're not raising your right hand. Okay, all right. So this background work will allow the judges to make an informed decision on who will win the IE startup competition. We got that straight? 90-minute 90-minute presentation. Okay, all right, we're off to the races. 90 seconds, followed by a 30-second toss-up question from one of the judges. So, first up, please welcome BJ Scott of LiveSeed. BJ?
So about a year and a half ago, I realized all my creative friends were doing something cool, whether it was making music, whether it was selling art, whether it was even starting your own clothing brand. I was impressed by it, and I was inspired, and I wanted to see more. So I went online, but I eventually realized that I had to go to 7 different websites just to see it all. And that's because it's interest-specific, whether it's art, music, design. And this was problematic for me because I felt like creatives should be in one place to interact. So I decided to solve that problem. I designed a creative network where all creatives can come, upload, share, sell, and blog about their work in one place. Liveseed.com is a social network that gives you all the features you need to showcase your work in incredible style, with easy, customizable user interface. And if you're a creator with more than one talent, say you do art, music, and you want to combine those two, we allow you to do that into one combined, compressed profile. But we're more than just an impersonal network. We're also a brand, bridging the gap between online experience and localized events. We want to take users in the same geographical area and bring them together, sponsored events, concerts, meetups, and more. And while we're doing that, we also want to bring users, random users, to the site monthly, showcase them in our LiveSeed web series so they can tell their story and so we can listen. Because at the end of the day, as I said, we're more than just an impersonal website. We are a brand with global possibilities in the creative world, and all we want to do is inspire creativity. Thank you.
Okay, BJ. Which judge has the question?
Thank you for that presentation. Question about your business model, and it's around specificity, right? So a lot of great business ideas solve a specific problem really well, and not all of them, but a lot of them. And one of the things I think about when I see your online presence is creativity is a really broad category. Lots of different types of creativity and different intents with regard to what they want to do with the creativity. Some people want to share, some people want to sell, that type of thing. So is the category of creativity too broad? Or, and if it's not, tell me why.
Well, here at LiveSeed, we feel like we're fitting in a void that's missing online and in social network. We feel like there's a position where there's fun sharing of media, pictures, music, and there's also the other spectrum where it's professional portfolio styles, like Behance.com. We feel like we fit in the middle, where people can either go that route of fun sharing, or they can update to our premium accounts, where they can have that portfolio style to offer to employers, to link to their resumes and their LinkedIn profiles.
Good answer. BJ, thanks a lot for being here. LiveSeed, ladies and gentlemen. It's always tough to go first, but he handled it well. So next up, our second contestants are Anne-Marie Gross and Shannon Greenwood of Boho Cycle Studios. Ladies?
Hello.
All right. Okay, don't break the shot clock.
This lady throwing the shirts here is Shannon. We're here tonight to talk about Boho Cycle Studio, Richmond's first indoor cycle studio.
So Richmond is a place of people that like to get fit. Over 38,000 people came out for the Monument 10K this past weekend, which means that people are looking for a way to live active and healthy lifestyles outside of the walls of a big box gym.
So who are these people? They're you guys. They're every single person in this room. Like that guy right there. Cycling is an exercise for all fitness levels, a wide range of ages. If you're looking to burn some calories, have a great time, have a great workout, then Boho is definitely where you want to be.
The way we're different from big box gyms is there are no contracts, no long-term commitment, which means we operate on a pay-per-class model. We do everything to make sure every class is exceptional by having a killer sound system, great bikes, and the best instructors to keep you coming back again and again.
We're here talking about our business, but we are looking to build a community. We want a place where people can be inspired to live active and healthy lifestyles inside of our studio as well as outside of it.
Anne-Marie and I are not from Richmond, but we love this town and we want to give back. So we'll have charity rides where organizations can raise funds and awareness for the causes they support in our community.
Boho Cycle Studio, it's going to be a place that will bring in community, excitement, and more than just a workout. Like it says here, it's a party on a bike.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good. Well done, on time. You got it? Right on time. Which judge has the question? Over here on the left.
So you made the decision to forego the ongoing membership fee, which from a rider's perspective is a great consumer value proposition. But talk to me how you thought about it from the business side of the equation and what you might be missing out on as far as those membership fees go.
Well, I don't think we're missing out on anything. I think we're actually enhancing what it is that we have to offer. People want to buy a month of classes, they can buy a month of classes. It still kind of works in with the membership feel. But I think it's something different than what is being offered at the big box gyms, and I think it'll only bring people back again.
Okay, Boho Cycle Studios, thanks very much. Has anybody been hurt out there? Okay, there's somebody holding their head. Oh, sorry about that. The first one almost broke the darn shot club. We would have been in a heck of a mess. Okay, so third up, we have 4 to present. Please welcome John Dadao, Jacques Fuentes, Joey Figueroa, and Rob Forrest of Speakeasy. Gentlemen.
So the 4 of us here on stage have worked every job in a restaurant, from dish dog to dining manager. So we understand what it takes to be successful in this industry. One thing we've learned is that behind every successful restaurant, there's a passionate entrepreneur who's put his blood, sweat, and tears on the line just to discover one night that some Yahoo on Yelp has been completely trashing his restaurant. Now this isn't just an emotional point, this is an economic one. Studies have shown that even slight fluctuations to a restaurant's online reputation can have severe and lasting impacts on their bottom line. That's why we created Speakeasy, a simple yet powerful web app that empowers restaurant owners to drive their customers from the soapbox to the suggestion box. By listening to their customers while directly on their phones, they have a way to engage with them while the experience of the meal is still fresh in their mind, but the opinion is still being shaped. Now, we're really passionate about this project because we've seen such great traction here in Richmond. Customers really love us because we are a simple, easy-to-use way for businesses to get their opinion, yet they have a way to avoid any awkward exchanges should the meal turn out bad. Restaurants love us because in addition to helping them solve problems privately while pushing their best reviews onto social media, we collect more feedback than any other competitor out there on the market. Now, Yelp is a strong competitor, and we collect 8 times more than that. Speakeasy in a nutshell, we provide personal conversations, private feedback, and public recognition for restaurants. Thank you.
Very well done. So we got one more intimate conversation with you from a judge. Which judge has this one? Over here on the left. Okay.
I'm going to assume that it was a pretty high-touch sell for you to get in front of the restaurant owners and explain this concept and sell them on giving it a try. So as your business scales, how do you see your customer acquisition model changing? Are you eventually going to a software as a service model? If you could talk a little bit about that.
That's a fantastic question. Well, you're right. It does take a lot of time and energy to get there in front of the restaurants. Even though everyone's been really excited about it, it still takes time to find that decision maker. So what this model is eventually going to go to is a way for any customer in Richmond, Virginia, or the United States to leave feedback through our web app. Simply by going to speakeasy.us, there'll be a populated list of every restaurant through an API. They can quickly leave feedback. And what this does is as restaurants collect feedback and acquire them, even if we have no relationship at all, we then have the foot in the door to go and approach them and say, hey, we've got 10 people who said something about you. 10 customers, 10 of your value customers have said something. Would you like to know what it is? And with a simple 10-second application for that, we can get them online so they can be returning feedback and then begin selling them on the additional features of this product.
Great concept, guys. Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Speakeasy. Well done, gentlemen. Looks like they're going to get something to eat, don't you think? Okay. All right, next up, please welcome John Hill and Ethan Wirt of Hourwise.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ethan Wirt, and I own a paint contracting business called 89 Paint, and I am drowning in paperwork. There are literally tons of people that need to collaborate. I need the colors from my interior designer. Maybe the realtor wants to say something. I need the estimate back from my sales rep. One time, I got an invoice on a chunk of drywall. There's lots of data moving around, and it's insane. I want to stop the insanity. I need a place where I can run my business right on my iPad.
Hello, everybody. I'm John Hill, and I'm the engineer. And when I was tasked to solve this problem for Ethan, the issue became pretty clear. It really wasn't the fact that these existing solutions did something wrong. It was that they could not communicate. So, if the slides worked, which now they are, yes. We needed one place for everybody that's on a project to communicate, to collaborate, and to get the information that they need. We needed one place not just to manage the business, but the client experience. One place that you could access anytime, anywhere.
I actually installed the first prototype of the software in my business in January, and we have doubled our sales staff without bringing on another administrative person. It keeps the business so much more organized now.
Yeah, so our plan is to target this underserved market. There's over 600,000 contractors in this small and medium business size, just like Ethan. And our goal is to target the general contractors and leverage their existing networks to do what everybody needs. So help us.
Don't be a fool for a minute. Get Hourwise.
All right, Hourwise. Okay, who's got the question on this side? Okay, right over here to your right, the judge over here.
Hey guys, I see from your solution mock-ups that you are lean startup ninjas, and so hats off to you. I guess my question is really about ultimate potential of this business. How do you think about the market opportunity? Scale it for me.
I'll start. With 600,000 businesses like mine, literally, I went out and looked at software as a service to try and solve this need. Dozens of 30-day free trials. Once I found stuff that was like, this might do it. $3,500 to $5,000 a month to lease this for all the users that I need to do it, and my business is growing. That's unsustainable for the small guys like me. So we believe we can bring it to market for a fraction of the cost. I'll pay $500 a month, $1,000 a month, and so will the other 600,000 contractors just like me.
Good answer. Ladies and gentlemen, Hourwise, a dynamic duo of Hourwise. Well done. Okay, we're on a roll here, so please welcome Zach Sasiski of Richmond Autism Connection.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
The prevalence rate of autism has been estimated to be 1 in 50 school children. Tony is one such young man with autism. For the past 7 years as his teacher, I've seen him mature and develop the qualities consistent with people on the autism spectrum. He has an exceptional memory. He pays close attention to detail. He relishes for opportunities where he can complete detail-oriented tasks that require intense focus. When we returned from a recent trip to Short Pump Town Center, he totally recreated a map of the mall with all of the stores in their correct positions. Despite all of these qualities, Tony has pervasive deficits in the area of communication and social skills. These deficits are the things getting in the way of him obtaining meaningful employment despite his natural abilities. Richmond Autism Connection will hire people on the autism spectrum, like Tony, to complete detail-specific, time-consuming jobs such as data entry and quality assurance. Jobs that many companies right now rely on internal employees to finish, but don't necessarily find too much job satisfaction completing it. by utilizing Richmond Autism Connection's highly screened and trained employees, companies can contract work to us to complete these data entry jobs in a timely fashion. Thank you.
Well, hit it right on the head. Okay. Good wrap up within time. Which judge has the question?
Yeah, Tom, first of all, I wanted to applaud you for being a teacher in the past and doing what you do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
With that said, it is a very competitive landscape out there. You're pitching services. Can you give us a little idea of how you're going to approach companies? Are you going to do it as a social responsibility angle, or are you going to actually just do it on the merits of the
Great.
students?
Thanks for the question. I appreciate it. Just being a participant in this competition, I mean, you see a company like Hourwise come out here and you see how much data entry jobs they're going to have if that business takes off. And I've made a lot of, and so hopefully they'll hire me and the employees with autism that I support. And, through networking with people in the community here and in my office at 804 RVA, I've made a lot of contacts and have businesses that are already lined up that would love this service.
Okay. All right. And congratulations. Give him a big round of applause. Had a shout out for one of his competitors. What a quality act. Okay. So we're going to take a short break right now from the presentations to showcase a local entrepreneurial success story. Evergreen Enterprises is headquarters right here in the RVA and has grown to become a global corporation with thousands of employees. I'd like to introduce Chris Warnham of Evergreen Enterprises to tell us more so you get a further insight of what happens when you get to the other side of the rainbow. Chris?
Good evening. I'm Chris Warnham. I lead Evergreen's corporate development and acquisition efforts on behalf of our owners and founders, Ting Xu and Frank Chu. It's a pleasure to be a part of this event tonight. As I started to think about this competition and the great opportunity for these young entrepreneurs to start to share their vision and their ideas with the local city, I couldn't help but think about how even after 20 years, we're still trying to get our name and our ideas out into our own community. And so it's my pleasure to present a short little video about Evergreen Enterprises and our journey.
Evergreen Enterprises is a vertically integrated global organization specializing in the design, manufacture, distribution, and retail of over 20,000 home and garden products. Our commitment to enhancing people's lives with exceptional merchandise known for quality, beauty, and functionality has not changed. Unlike many entrepreneurs who launch companies with complex business plans, strategic growth objectives, and angel investments, Ting Xu began Evergreen Enterprises in her Henrico County garage as a way to keep her retired parents busy. Ting's husband, Frank Chu, now CEO of Evergreen, jokes that after 2 years of living with his in-laws, he told Ting that her parents needed a new project. In early 1993, with just 4 designs and Frank's Christmas bonus, Ting traveled to China to produce her first batch of flags. She returned to sell them at booths at the Virginia State Fair and in mall kiosks. Customers loved her product because it was high quality but retailed for less than half the price of the competition. They kept asking for new designs, so she left her job as a computer programmer for the state of Virginia, and Evergreen Enterprises was born. While historically focused on wholesaling garden products to independent and mass retailers, an accelerated global growth effort as well as a series of strategic acquisitions have expanded our business operations to encompass the entire value chain. Our core wholesale business has expanded through the organic launch of 4 new brands, 5 strategic acquisitions, and the development of an in-house sales force that reaches over 15,000 retail customers across North America, the largest of which include Lowe's, Home Depot, and Bed Bath & Beyond. To support this growth and ensure quality control, production flexibility, and timely delivery of all this product, Evergreen developed facilities in Shanghai and Ningbo, China, to facilitate sourcing, manufacturing, and trading capabilities. Richmond-based artists and graphic designers work closely with overseas production specialists to bring thousands of new products to life each year. Evergreen also has a long history of partnering with independent artists and product designers to help their creative ideas become reality. Over time, we began to realize that only serving retailers excluded the most important customer from the supply chain. So in 2010, Evergreen acquired the Plow and Hearth family of brands so we could reach the end consumer directly. The Plow and Hearth family of brands markets home, hearth, yard, and garden products, as well as educational children's products directly to end consumers through catalogs, associated e-commerce websites, and retail stores. Being able to consistently offer unique, on-trend, innovative product is the lifeblood of the company, and it is what has brought retail customers back again and again. As we continue to grow through innovating new products, launching new brands, and making strategic acquisitions, we are humbled by what we've been able to accomplish since our founding in a suburban garage. We look forward to the next 20 years of serving you, our customer.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. Chris had to leave the stage to go back and count the money of all those products. Now I know where my discretionary spending has gone to. But it looks like this is another great example of the entrepreneurial spirit in Richmond is alive and well, and that's such a great success story that we wanted to share with you. So now, after the first phase, we'll give you a couple more finalists coming up. The stories will continue. The judges will continue to ask questions. So next up in the wings, please welcome our next finalist, Aaron Brawford of Tumbleweed. Aaron?
Hi, I'm Erin Brawford, and I'm with Tumbleweed. We're an online clothing store dedicated to baby boys. As a mom of a small son, I find it really challenging and frustrating when I go shopping for boys. I see all the cute clothes that are available for little girls, but meanwhile, I have to piece through store to store, searching for the little pieces that, aren't a striped polo shirt or one more angry dinosaur t-shirt. I'm trying to find something with a little bit of uniqueness and style. So I looked at the internet. Well, on the internet, I found a lot of moms arguing or complaining about having the same problem. So I have developed the solution. The solution is Tumbleweed, and we are an online retail shop. We source our designs exclusively from designers all over the seas and just for little boys. We are interested in curating the contents of these collections and making it easy for moms to mix and match their designs that they put together in a convenient online location. With the money from the competition, I am actually going to complete my website and spend about $2,000 doing that. I'll spend $4,000 on initial inventory, and then the rest is going to go to getting the word out there that there is a place in the market through social media such as Pinterest and targeted online marketing with email, that there is a place for them, for moms with little boys who care about style. Thank you very much.
All right, time to spare. Nailed it, Nailed it well. Judge on the right over here.
Hi.
Hi, great presentation.
Thank you.
I've got 2 little boys and lots of angry dinosaur clothing. So I understand your pain. My question is related to your product mix.
Okay.
And you said you're sourcing this internationally, correct? European, American designers. Is this going to be a proprietary product that you're going to design, or are you looking to go and source this product and buy it at wholesale from leading designers?
So at this point, I am looking to source from leading designers. Well, actually, what's interesting is I really would like to be breaking designers. I think there's a market for designers who are interested in designing for boys, but they don't have a great marketplace that guarantees them a place to sell and get to the right audience. So short term, it's build the brand with other, very thoughtfully designed clothing so people know what we're about. And then from there, start trying to become the place that designers want to be and be featured.
Great, thank you.
Okay, Tumbleweed, give it up for Tumbleweed. Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know about you, but it's sort of cathartic where frustration is a good thing. So we've heard that over and over with the entrepreneurs. So next up, after Tumbleweed, please welcome Duran Chavis of RVA Farms. Duran?
Growing up in Richmond, Virginia, I will often wonder to myself, why all my friends have family members that have diabetes, obesity, or heart conditions? It wasn't until I started working at social services that I realized that the issue was lack of food access. Churchill is a food desert. At 25th and P Street, there used to be a grocery store. 2013, it's now a dialysis center. According to the USDA, a food desert is an area that has no grocery stores within a mile or more of its residents. They have plenty of junk food, high fructose corn syrup that causes diet-related illnesses and behavioral disorders. Because everybody has to eat, our goal is to create an RVA farm. Our farm will feature hoop houses that will grow and sell vegetables to communities that are low income and don't have access. We will grow and sell in hoop houses because that allows us the capability to grow all year round. The issue for us is to create a situation where individuals who have not had healthy food access will be able to receive access not only through our farms but also through nutrition education and culinary arts classes. Our goal is to create a healthier Richmond. You can help us by voting RVA Farms today by helping us increase healthy food access. Thank you.
Okay, well done. Got it in. Question on the right.
Great job, and I applaud you for what you're trying to do. In your business plan, when I was reading it, you were talking about the key thing you need is the ability to acquire land or to buy land. Have you thought about different ways? What have you done in terms of getting grants or redistricting city grants to get this land? I mean, have you done anything?
Well, we have investigated and found that the Richmond Grows Gardens program with the City of Richmond allows us to develop city-owned property as commercial leases for the purpose of urban agriculture. So we'll be going that route. Our first site will be in Randolph, which is inside of Food Desert and the Fan. And then our second site will transition into Southside, which is a 1.5 acre site where we expect to expand production.
Okay, succinct answer for RVA Farms. Thank you. Well done. Well done, Duran. Okay, we're going to have to expand the stage for this next act. Please welcome Edie Patterson, Greg Pravo, Gail Turner, Deborah Ursery, and John Whitworth of the Storyteller Channel.
Stories matter. They're how we connect, how we share our passion. The Storytellers Channel provides people a platform to shape, to share, and to sell their treasured stories. The foundation of our business, workshops developing content for multi-channel distribution. The key to our success, independent producers. One producer, 10 storytellers, each bringing 30 of their family and friends to listen and enjoy. At the end of 42 months of operation, we project we'll have 36 producers mounting 4 workshops a year. That's $1.265 million in annual revenue at a 46% gross profit. Is this feasible? There are over 1,000 qualified producers in Virginia alone. We only need 36. Stories matter. This is ours. Thank you for listening.
All right. Time to spare. Which judge has the question?
I have a question. So this was really interesting when I was reading your synopsis online. I like the idea. I mean, I like the cultural aspect of telling stories. It feels good. My question is around, there are a couple of things. So if this is a lifestyle business, I get it, right? So you can be locally successful, regionally successful, do great things, have a good time. If it's going to scale and be a big time business and make real money, it has to go bigger. And I think you reference this could be American Idol-esque in your synopsis. So my question is, how do you get there, right? American Idol benefits from national exposure in a primetime slot, so they get a lot of exposure. How do you plan on getting that type of distribution?
Deborah?
In some regards, it's up to the producers. The producers we hire are going to know their community and be in touch with their community and be in touch with those people who are interested in that. We'll have several target audiences. The baby boomer generation is certainly one of our target audiences because they understand the legacy they're going through with their own parents and the importance of the legacy. We could also have clients or storytellers that are of the greatest generation. They're still there. They're still interested in telling their stories. And then there's the creative community, the actors, the people of the theater who are just interested in honing their stories. So really, it is a local concept that builds locally and then regionally.
So grassroots.
Grassroots, absolutely, Marcus, absolutely.
Okay, the Storytellers Channel. Thank you for telling your story tonight.
We have 2 people that are dropping some material off for y'all, so you just don't forget those numbers, okay? They'll be dropping them off shortly. Thank you.
Okay. He did have 4 extra sections according to the shot clock over here, so this is legitimate. Oh, I said 4, not 40. Okay. Oh boy, give these folk an inch and they take them on. Okay. All right. Next up, I heard shoes, so I stopped. Okay. Please welcome Amber Lance and Rupa Singh of Love This.
Imagine a silver iconic Airstream in the streets of Richmond, serving as a symbol of products with purpose. I'm Amber Lance.
And I'm Rupa Singh.
And we are the founders of Love This, and will sell responsibly crafted products through a mobile retail shop.
With our combined experiences in retail management and design, we have curated a stylish collection of accessories, clothing, and home decor that follow one principle. They must make a positive social, environmental, and economic impact.
Let us show you what we mean. When you purchase this hand-painted jug from India, you're preserving traditional skills and improving the quality of life of the artisan.
You support recovery from the BP oil spill in New Orleans when you invest in this black bird soap that with use frees a white ceramic bird, a symbol of restoration.
Wearing this statement necklace made from intricately coiled recycled paper, you empower the women who made it to rise above poverty in Uganda.
These are but a handful of ways that shopping at Love This makes a difference. We all want to see a better world. Our purchases can drive this positive change.
We believe that what conscious consumers do today, the mainstream will do tomorrow. In the last year alone, the number of shoppers who shop responsibly doubled. We encourage this change. Love This is here to help foster the movement.
Join us. Help Love This succeed. Shop responsibly while embracing your style, and we want you to love this.
Whoa, nailed it right on the head. Okay. All right. On your left, the judge on your left is a question.
That was a great presentation, very, very enjoyable. And I think what struck me as I was listening to you guys and looking at the previous material that we were able to actually see, just the question, how do you get to this sport? What is the deep motivation behind you tackling something that looks like a very idealistic, but yet still potentially sound business idea?
Right. Well, actually, Rupa and I have the benefit of working with one of the pioneers here in Richmond of conscious consumerism, and we really feel that we've been inspired by them to continue to grow this movement here in Richmond. And Richmond is really built up of a group of people who want to live their values. And we've seen firsthand that your purchases can allow you to live those values to make this world a better place. And that's ultimately what we want to do through Love This, is make the world a better place for everyone involved.
All right, Love This. Shop local. Hold on. All right, nothing wrong with shopping local. Next up, please welcome Victor Rogers of Success Without Limitations. Victor.
A 4.0 GPA doesn't guarantee you employment anymore. Graduating from that college that you thought was going to allow you to work in your passion isn't guaranteed. According to the Associated Press, 53% of college graduates graduated either underemployed or unemployed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so passionate about this venture because I'm a part of that 53%. In 2007, I developed Success Without Limitations. What we do is take college students and pair them with business professionals so they can learn the intangible skills needed to succeed post-graduation. We do this through a series of lectures, seminars, and potential internship opportunities. But the way our organization is innovative and creative is we take these college students, once they've learned the knowledge, skills, and abilities from these business professionals, and we develop service learning programs for high school students. Martin Luther King said, "Faith is taking the first step when you don't see the staircase." Ladies and gentlemen, have faith in me and please vote for me. Thank you very much.
Do you want to introduce who's joining on the stage?
To my left, there's Joe Weaver, Virginia Union University's on-campus advisor, Nail Rock, Virginia Union University's president, Canary, VCU's public relations secretary, Mackenzie, Virginia Commonwealth's president, and Sheila is VCU's vice president.
Okay, all right, good. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Who has the judge's question over here on the right?
Dude, that was a great presentation. It was fantastic. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank
you. So I guess I have a two-part question. So first, is this a nonprofit or a for-profit idea?
It is going to be operated as a for-profit company, and what we do with the college students will be the nonprofit section. What I plan on doing is developing relationships with different businesses and paying stipends to the college students through the funds gained through the nonprofit sector. And what we'll do for the for-profit sector is focus on 16 to 18-year-olds and focus on their transition from high school to college.
So just so I'm clear, what is the revenue model for if it's a for-profit enterprise?
We will sell our curriculum to different institutions and establishments, and we will also hold various fundraisers throughout the year. Currently, we hold a scholarship fundraiser that we end up bringing in about $5,000 a year, and that's towards scholarships.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Success without limitations. Thank you.
Finalists are Susan Hill and Michelle Lord of the Richmond Food Cooperative.
I value local businesses. I value our small farmers. I value food. Every time we eat, our values come into play. The best of intentions to eat well can be undermined by a poor grocery store selection or prohibitive prices. Imagine instead a grocery store whose options are as local as possible, as organic as possible, and as affordable as possible. Enter the Richmond Food Co-op. It is this cooperative endeavor that will transform a shared vision into a brick-and-mortar grocery store that is owned by its members. Members generate the bulk of our seed capital, form a consistent customer base, and benefit from the profits. This is a viable, community-centric business that serves as both an association and an enterprise. Co-ops put economic democracy into action while operating with a sense of social responsibility. At its most basic, the Richmond Food Co-op is your go-to grocery store. And yet, it is so much more. It benefits individuals that want to eat well, grows a community that care about putting their dollars where their values are, and strengthens our regional economy and agricultural infrastructure. 2 months in, we are over 160 members strong and growing every day. I value my co-op. I value my co-op. What do you value?
talk to the RVA Farms guy, right? I guess my question is, there's a lot of competition in the grocery store market. How do you size the market that's going to be attracted to a co-op or how have you? And how do you mainstream it to get more people to sort of jump on board? Because I assume you're not just going to members, you're going to anybody can shop there, right? So how do you size the market? How do you mainstream it?
So that's right. We are going to be open to the public for shopping. And the really unique thing about the co-op is it's this niche that isn't filled in Richmond right now. And it offers a way for people, whether they want to be members or not, to really have better access to these local and sustainable foods that are so prevalent around our area, but not necessarily easy and convenient to shop for on just a day-to-day basis.
And I think you bring up an important point, though. We're really grounded and founded on our member base, so we're creating a consistent customer base, like I said, from our membership, which will in turn make our business more viable.
Okay, Richmond Food Cooperative.
Now we're down to just two.
Two left. Don't vote until you heard the last two. So next up, please welcome Bonnie Hardiman of Sir Bentley Art. Bonnie?
Can I get a drum roll? To me, a lump of clay is not a lump. It's a possibility. It can emerge from its lumpiness and be transformed from this into this. I am the clay whisperer. The emotional connection we have with our animals is undeniable. The fact is, people are willing to spend money because they love their pets. Last year, over $53 billion was spent on pet-related products. But this is about more than money. It's about balancing compassion with business. So I came up with a plan, a way I could help animals in need while building a successful business. Connections with thousands of animal lovers through social media gave me an inexpensive way to showcase my art. It was a hit. These sculptures have endless possibilities. They can promote your causes, or they can do this. I wanted to play the whole song. They can advertise great places to go. They make captivating illustrations such as this one for the upcoming book, Puppies for Dinner. They make lovely keepsakes for those special events. Sir Bentley Art has just begun, and we've already been getting phenomenal support. Just last week, I was contacted by a toy distributor in the UK who would like to represent us in Europe. We are on our way.
Bonnie, I love the product. I sold a lot of gifts, and I know this will be a hit. And I love the emotional connection with the product. And I guess my question is, doing the research on your company, and I see you sell the products for $65, correct? But you sold them for as much as $3,000 in a charity event. So my question is, are you charging too little for the product?
Yes.
What is the price?
Basically, what I was saying, I just started making these for charities, and so I hadn't thought about making it a business until I got so much response through Facebook and Twitter and all the social media. Everybody wanted one. So I started giving sculptures to more charities that were doing auctions and things to kind of get an idea of what the price point would be. And they started out at about $50 they would sell for. Just this past weekend, one sold for $120. So the way I look at it, the custom figures for an individual dog will probably go up to maybe $150, whereas I can make more generic figures for Christmas ornaments, Christmas tree ornaments, or other things that would sell for less, maybe $75.
Great, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I just took my script. I would have been in a world of hurt. All right. This is the last finalist. So give it up. Give it up. Please welcome Sam Cantor, Nick Marks.
Dragon Grips.
Hands are so awesome. Yeah, 95% of high fives involve hands. You can do so many things with your hands, like hold things, or fight a bear!
You probably killed that bear too, Nick.
Yeah, with your hands.
You know, the only time hands aren't that awesome are when they're really cold. Good thing it's always warm in Virginia. Why is Virginia weather so weird?
I know, it's like I'm holding on to frozen porcupines.
Did you hear about old man Jenkins? He lost half his fingers to frostbite on a ride out to Midlothian last week.
Oh, my core areas are warm, yet my extremities are not. My hands are cold.
Well, at least Nick has gloves on.
Those are oven mitts.
Yeah, well, they keep my hands warm. A little thick so I can't break. Ever.
Hang on, guys. What if we could take the energy we're creating for pedaling and bring it up to our handlebars to warm them?
That would be awesome. But who would ever buy something like that?
Well, I'm no expert, but the rate of bicycle commuting has grown by more than 63% in recent years, and there are now more than 10 million bicycle commuters worldwide.
We could call it Dragon Grips and make it really sexy.
Ow, ow! No, not that kind of sexy, Nick. Industrial design sexy with reds and blacks and a sweet logo.
Man, if only we had $10,000 to start with.
First row, you can relax now.
Who's got the question? On the left here.
You can tell by the audience response that was a fabulous presentation. That was great, guys. Can you describe the process to outfit a bike with one of those small generators?
Sure, so a small generator will actually fit on the front hub right here inside the stem, providing security actually like that. And then a wire runs right up the front, the grips go on, and the energy you make turns to heat with the neon. Pretty simple actually.
Pretty simple. 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
The installation?
Yeah.
I guess maybe 10 minutes.
Okay. The second question is, what other type of products do you see in a much fuller product line for this brand?
Well, we want to be, eventually we want to be a brand that's associated with bicycle commuting and with using your bicycle as a form of transportation, which we see as a bit of a gap in the market branding-wise. So it could go to heating other elements or powering other electrically powered parts of the bike, like lights, like the seat, but also to grow to other things like apparel, which would be conducive to biking.
Thanks, guys.
Okay,
That concludes finalist presentations, and
I'm super impressed. I could not do half that stuff up there. They belted it out. Nearly everyone hit the time, right on the mark, answered the judge's question with seconds to spare. Matter of fact, maybe the judges need a shot clock next year. Okay, all right. Just teasing, judges. Well, this is the time where the judges now walk off stage and decide to confer amongst themselves as to who would be Richmond's next best startup. You also have 2 more minutes to get into your votes on the People's Choice Awards. And if you're coming here next year, bring more people, you might win. So use your cell phone apps to vote now, and you're voting now for the winner of the 2,500 People's Choice Award that has been generously given by First Capital Bank. Judges, go do your stuff. Here's Gary Armstrong, the Executive Vice President of First Capital Bank, who will enjoy presenting the winner the $2,500 check. I've just been informed that the name of the People's Choice Award winner you have selected tonight on your cell phones, and even those Verizon people who had to leave the room and come back, I am pleased to announce that this year's People's Choice Award winner is Dragon Grips. Congratulations. So, who came up with the word Dragon Grips?
I think I did. I think it's two words put together. That's all I got. Really sorry.
Two-word secret. So, what do you think did it for you as far as winning the People's Choice?
Oh, I think just putting together an entertaining pitch that tells a story and just having fun up here. I mean, everybody up here is really passionate about what they do, and we're just trying to have fun.
What are you going to do with the 2,500?
We go to the break.
Alright, Jared, congratulations on your What do you think about tonight's winner?
I think they're going to do great things with that $2,500. If it's a party, I'll give you my card.
The judges are supposed to hand me the award winner, and that didn't happen. It came off stage. So, now get ready with the drum roll. So I have the distinct pleasure to announce this year's winner of the IE Startup Competition. So please let me introduce Jerry Fox, who's the managing partner. He's back with that $10,000 check you heard from Jerry from Cherry Becker. Present this winner. Let me see something. We made sure that this year's... Jerry's got a great sense of humor. That was part of the takeaways from last year's Make the Check Smaller, Jerry.
I was told.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me announce this year's winner to the 2013 IE Startup Competition. Can I have an RVA drum roll, please? RVA! The winner is Speakeasy! Speakeasy, what are you going to do with the $10,000 check?
Well, the plan for right now is to push a marketing campaign so that we can get people aware of the product and we can keep pushing it, get further saturation in the city.
Part number 2 to your break.
Yeah, well, actually, one of the things we talked about is buying this guy a phone here. We are a web.
No, I don't have a phone, but one thing we didn't get a chance to mention in our presentation that we're really excited to start testing out is how do we get people to keep leaving feedback from restaurants? Well, one thing we want to try out is using philanthropy as an incentive by letting people who give enough feedback give back food to the Richmond Food Bank.
So you told the story, but what really is the secret to Speakeasy?
I don't have the answer to that. I don't think there is an answer. It's simple, it's beautiful, and it connects people that need to be connected.
One other question. That's a great answer. One other question. A year from now, what happens?
Hopefully we'll be sitting in one of those judges' booths because we're so successful.